What's up, guys? Now, I've kind of wanted to make this video for a while where I list off the top 5 best characters in the game, and I'm hoping that if you're new or just getting into Perilous, this should give you a general idea of what to pick. And you know, even if you aren't, you've been around the game for a while, I do think you'll agree with most of what I have to say. Now, keep in mind, this is just my opinion. Obviously, people are going to disagree, but I think I have enough hours into Perilous that I've gotten a decent grasp on, you know, what you should be picking. But anyways, let's get started. First up should be no surprise to anyone is the Arcane Warrior, and what makes this class so good is it's literally good at everything. You can tank, you can survive. You got good damage output. There's nothing the Arcane Warrior can't do. And you know, it doesn't matter if you have a good team, a bad team. The Arcane Warrior will always work in any situation. And you know, you have moves like you have really low cooldowns. You have fade cloak, fade step to give you full barrier. I mean, you combine that with chain lightning. You can easily solo demons. It's so ridiculous that when you play Perilous, you'll almost always see an Arcane Warrior in your party. when you play the character, you'll feel like a god walking among peasants. That's how bad it is. But yeah, Bioware nerf, please. All right, now that the easy one is out of the way, the next one is going to be the Elementalist. And why I chose this class over things like the Keeper is it works so well synergizing with any team comp. Because what the Elementalist does so well is he not only can he give your team barriers, but he has great CC and aggro control. With things like firewall and firestorm, you know, use those things when enemies are feared or knocked down by those two spells. They're not hitting your team, and that's actually really important. That you'll find when you play with a lot of different team comps, is having good CC makes a huge difference. And not only that is why I put him above the Keeper, is because he also gives your team barriers. He has that option, so he has great damage output, he has great CC, and he's a great team player, keeping your team alive with barriers. It's just all around great class, and you'll probably see a lot more people play the Elementalist when that freaking key drop glitch gets fixed. Next up, I think I mentioned earlier, but it's going to be the Keeper. And what makes this class so great is basically only one thing. I mean, the character has good things like static cage, or you can use bubble. But the only thing that's really great about the Keeper is the barriers. And when you go down the first skill tree, you can get such low cooldown on barriers that it's almost impossible to have your team not have any barriers up. And barrier is so great. It's one of the best spells in the game, and it can literally be the difference between winning and losing. Because it's great for stage 5 when the boss is aggroed on someone. You can bury him to save their life. Or just in general, like really aggro focused targets like the Necromancer and the Archer, which don't have a lot of survivability. You can barrier them. You can barrier things like the Reaver or tanks, so they can last a little longer. It's so great, and it makes such a difference with the barrier spell. It's really hard to put anything above the Keeper at this point. Alright, at number 4, I have the Archer. Now, a lot of people might disagree with this one, but the reason why I put the Archer at number 4 is, yes, like early on when you don't have a lot of gear or promotions, he does feel kind of weak. But once you get a good bow and you have some promotions under you, he becomes an absolute beast with damage. It's insane. Because the two spells, long shot and opportunity knocks, And when you combine those two together and you're long shotting every 3 to 4 seconds, you know, critting over 2,000, it's being able to just spam it is so much damage output to the team, better than any other class, even the mighty Arcane Warrior. And combine that with Mark of Death, which is great single target DPS. Yeah, you'll see here. I'll use it and I'll just take out the commander for the rest of his health. It's just his pure damage output is just unmatched by any other class, and he's able to stay in the back lines away from danger. Alright, this last one, some of you will probably disagree with, but I actually chose the Legionnaire. I mean, it could be other things for sure, but the reason why I chose the Legionnaire as one of the best classes, I mean, he's not played a lot. You don't see a lot of tanks around. People don't know how to play him right, and it's all about the deeps. But when you get a good tank who knows how to cycle his spells correctly, take away so much pressure from your team, being able to tank everything, draw the aggro, and survive. He is one of the best spells in the game, Walking Fortress, which makes him invulnerable. And I mean, I'm not very good at him. I haven't played him a lot, as you can see in this gameplay, but what you'll notice is anyone who just knows the class well and knows how to use his spells, like when and where and in what situation, it makes the class so good, and so good at just, like I said before, just tanking and just really helping the team to win. Now I know there's Reaver and Necromancer players out there who are probably wondering why they didn't make the top 5. And those classes are really close. But a Reaver, because she's glitched right now, and the Necromancer, I would honestly, consider the Necromancer in the top 5 if she had Guardian Spirit, but she doesn't. And I put her a class below the things like the Elementalist because of that reason. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to check out my channel for more Dragon Age multiplayer videos to come. Thanks.